We are ready to have a great show. So, are you guys ready to have a great time? I said, are you guys ready to have a great time? All right, our first comic coming to the stage is the very funny, very beautiful Pamela Reynolds.
Hey everybody! How we doing? Anybody catch fire today? I about did. It was like the breeze came by, but it just felt like hot dragon air. Whew, it's ferocious. So yes, I'm Pamela Rivers. Very excited to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you all for coming. I'm an independent person. I like to go out and do things on my own. So I go out to lunch or to get a drink. It's alarming how many men will approach me and say, "What man let you out of his sight?" Oh, me? Well, you'll be shocked to know that they let me get a degree and drive a vehicle too. I know it's their way of flirting, but it's a little possessive. It's like one of those red flags. Like he probably would never let me out of his sight. Or his basement. When I first started doing stand-up comedy, and I told my husband, the first thing he said was, "That's not a good idea." The second thing, when are you gonna become funny? I get ahs a lot from that one. He is very supportive. I wish I could support him like he does me. I do comedy and art shows. I'm literally stationary the whole time. He does competitions where he's running all around an obstacle course. Like I can support him at the beginning, but then what? I chase him all around like, "Go baby, you can do it." No, I'm not into running, first of all. We don't have kids. We have friends with kids. It's kind of like having a friend with a boat. The only difference is I actually want a boat. Friends with kids are always trying to sell you on the idea. They always say the same thing. You never know true love until you look into the eyes of your child. Like, okay, I just watched you clean doo-doo off your ceiling. Friends with kids are always ready to loan you one of them. Try asking a friend to borrow their boat. So like I love going to theme parks. There's all these awesome rides that you need to be accompanying a child to ride. You need a whole child just to enter Legoland. But clearly I can ride these rides. Alas, a child is required. And my husband will never let me ask to borrow a stranger's kid. Like what, I look trustworthy? I swear I'm not gonna try to keep it. That might be why they keep saying no. Sometimes I just tuck in behind a family, pretend like I belong. And when they do notice and start giving weird looks, I just act like I'm lost or foreign. Like, "Oh, estoy perdida extranjera." Anyone speak Spanish? That's Spanish for I'm lost or foreign. So I don't have a boat yet. I did just buy a new car. Thank you. So hear me out. I've come a long way since my first car. It was a 1985 Plymouth Grand Fury on Dayton rims I bought from a drug dealer. Instead of a key, I got a screwdriver. Whenever I took it to the mechanic, which was a lot, they'd always ask if I stole it. Yeah, I'm out here stealing cars. This is the one I picked. I got a bachelor's degree in engineering. Thank you. That's clearly working out. My husband was so supportive all through college. He would say, I was his retirement fund. I used to think he was joking. Now I'm not so sure. At least I know if I bomb at this, he'll still love me. He already doesn't think I'm funny. Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming to my pity party, everyone. But I do have a day job. Let's all be thankful for that. I work in manufacturing as a training coordinator. More like chaos coordinator. I have the mouse pad to prove it. My favorite part about my job is when people find out I have a degree in engineering, they always ask, why aren't you an engineer? What a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? Do they still need a job? As kids, we're told we can be anything we want to be when we grow up. Starting to also think that's not true. Hiring managers sure still seem to believe this. Last interview I had, I was asked, what drew you to your last job? What a great question. I distinctly remember rent was due. Like a resume is just full of all the stuff that we chose to do. I definitely chose McDonald's. I wish we could treat relationships like we do employment. Like we require applications, resume, and some references. I'd like to hear from your last 3 exes. Background checks? Yes! How many lives would that save? The 90-day review would be like, we're gonna need to see some improvement in the romance department. You reserve the right to terminate their contract without reason or warning. It's a right to date state. So guys, I want to talk about my last job before being a training coordinator, something I clearly chose. I worked in another manufacturing company that did not have controlled air in the building. This is Florida. You guys feeling the heat out there? No air conditioning. Working in a bay building. I was the team lead, and everyone's building metal parts, so they did not care about cleanliness. I got to give my team a heat break when it got to 103 degrees, but not if it was within 30 minutes of a scheduled break. In the bathrooms, we had the temperature gauge of your pee. You know, make sure you look at your pee. Make sure you're not gonna die. Don't pass out yet, Jimmy. You got 25 minutes to your next break. You pass out on your own time. I'm glad I got out of there. They didn't tell me they expected me to push 1,000-pound pallets. That was not in the job description. I'm like, look at me. When I applied for this job, did you look at me and think I wanted to do that? So here I am, pushing this pallet up an incline. One of my team members is gonna ask me, what does this say? And I said, read it. This is my first time being a team lead, so I didn't really know how to respond to that. Well, she had a whole meltdown about it. So then I had to wipe my sweat off my face and explain to her, you can read, right? Can you read? Okay, great. Good, I'm glad we're on the same page. So anyway, it's pretty crazy times we're living in, right? You can go anywhere and we have this tap to pay system. And it's great that you can make a payment, a transaction, hands-free in the midst of a pandemic. But then they want your PIN number. And do you want cash back? When they touch the whole damn machine. These are things that frighten me about the future. Okay, so quick recap. I started doing stand-up comedy. I just bought a new car. And now I'm complaining about technology. I'm pretty sure this is a midlife crisis. And I've been waiting for it. I'm ready. I'm ready. Bring it on. Thank you guys. You've been awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause for being a great audience. Thank you guys. Follow me on Instagram at Spamela Rivers. And then join enjoy all the rest of your comics. They're all amazing people. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you.